is doing a whole series of Sidewalk Saturdays, including music, and I have a brochure about it, so if anybody wants to be a vendor, or you know somebody that wants to be a vendor, be sure and grab a postcard from me. Come visit. The music's great. Dan Simpson is here. Dan, where are you? I saw you here. Dan has put together the most amazing stage called the Starlight Stage, and he's got great musicians that are coming. There's a different musician every Sidewalk Saturday, and then obviously we have Bass Derby, which is huge to have this park open. I can't tell you how many people said or came to us or called the chamber and said, when is that park opening? We went to the Sportsman Show this year, and literally I was so happy to have little handouts to give out that said that we were, it was open, the boat launch was open, and so I'm so happy that Eric is a local vendor too to put this together. So we have other events too. We have Rio Vision's Hog August Bites coming up in August, and then we have also the River Rumble. Edwin, where are you? Edwin?
River
Rumble, and I think it's the June.
The last week of that.
Yeah, last Saturday in June, and it's music and vendors also in Rio Vista. So come to Rio Vista and enjoy our days, our fun events. So, right?
Thank you very much, Stacia. Gene Yokotobi, I saw you out there. Do you want to come up and talk about Isleton? Okay, I answer the telephone. I'm the receptionist. So all summer I get calls from, I've heard of this place called Isleton. Can I make a visit there? So I call it Isleton myself. But Gene Yokotobi.
It's nice being here today and seeing all these people. I have a few announcements to make. One is the Crawdad Festival is coming back to Isleton. So I have these posters. If you can grab a poster and take it back to your business, I'll leave them by the raffle table. And then on the 12th of May, we're going to have our 100-year anniversary at the Isleton Chamber. It's going to be just a reception of the Isleton Museum will be open for a history tour, and we'll have refreshments. And then we have complimentary anniversary posters that we will be giving out to the people. So it's an open house, just walk in, nothing formal, and that's on the 12th of May. We have a couple new businesses that will be opening up in Isleton. The Isleton Coffee Company, they'll be opening up in a couple of weeks. They'll have fresh coffee, coffee beans, and also biscuits. So look forward to that. And then also Highway 160, Java Jack's. He'll be opening up, and that's next to Manny's, and it'll be a drive-through coffee business. So if on your morning commute, you can drive through and grab a cup of coffee. So I think that's it.
Thank you very much, Gene. There's another important event I'd like to mention coming up on the 23rd of April at 5-Star Marina in downtown Stockton. This friend of mine, Rusty Arias, is going to relaunch his boat that was built in 1960. It's undergone 2 years of restoration, and when he first brought it in, he said it was going to be about 3 months. So that was 2 years ago. But they've essentially rebuilt the entire boat from the ground up, including replacing one motor and rebuilding the other. So anyway, it's going to be a very significant event in Stockton. So the 23rd at 5-Star Marina, it's at 345 Yosemite Street in Stockton, and they're going to relaunch the boat. There'll be refreshments, the mayor, and there'll be some local dignitaries there. They ask that you wear like your yachting clothes, if that would be okay, but try to make it. This is going to be a once-in-a-decade event in Stockton. So. Anyway, thank you. My good friend from EDD in Stockton.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you guys. I'm actually from San Joaquin County Employment Economic Development Department. I just wanted to share some programs that are available in the county that are being underutilized, and they're free services available to businesses just because they're operating in the county and they're continuing our economy to grow. I'm just going to name off a few and a quick one-sentence blurbs about them. We have a work experience program that is 320 hours where WorkNet is employer of record. We carry workers' comp. We pay the associate directly. All we need is businesses to take these youth in, which is our 16 to 24-year-olds, to give them a real-world experience. Another program we have is on-the-job training program. This is where WorkNet will pay a differential 50% of the wages, reimburse to the employer to help train the associate for up to 6 months. We have ETP program where we reimburse employers for training their own staff that they're already upskilling their skills. We do free job fairs. On average, we do 2 to 3 job fairs a month. And during one job fair, we have over 300 people walk through our door. We assist everybody and anybody. I'm helping somebody establish and put together an alpaca business out of their own land. So anything and everything you need, please feel free to call us. And as far as it goes with businesses, trying to get permits, try to get a hold of the bar to try, push through a license, you name it. I will leave some business cards at the table, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for coming. Let's say in pre-pandemic days, we used to go down there, and they had a thing for veterans to help them find jobs. So we go down and review resumes and do like mock interviews and stuff, which I don't know if, I haven't applied for very many jobs in my life, but I know it makes you kind of nervous. So it was always good to be able to do interviews with people just on a basis of where there's no problem with it. So anyway, it's a wonderful program down there, and hope that gets started up again. So I'd like to recognize a few other people if I could. Kelly Pearson, then former director of the California Delta Chambers, has the Art and Music Center in Rio Vista. Kelly, thank you for coming with her beautiful service dog. And anyway, Fred Weibel, our past president, we thought he was going to be president for life, but he stepped down, and Ty Malott is president for 2023. So Ty is actually working at the California Boating Congress right now, but he came down to say a few words. And by the way, Tressa Dahlberg, our resident singer, just got her voice released now that she can sing again. So thanks for coming. So anyway, Ty?
Thank you, Bill. Hey, and also a huge thank you to Eric Cheu for gathering all the chambers together. I'm used to speaking to our chambers, and I know some of the chamber members from the other chamber associations that are here. So thank you for all being here this evening. I happen to wear 2 hats, president for the California Delta Chambers, 3 hats actually, and I publish Bay and Delta Yachtsman. And the third job that I've just recently taken on is the executive director of the California Yacht Brokers Association. We were just recently in Sacramento for the California Boaters Congress put on through the Marina Recreation Association. Your California Delta Chambers was represented by myself, Eric Cheu, and Morris Lum. A lot of the issues that come through on the legislative basis face our chamber members, and a lot of those were addressed, and they were able to hear and see how it impacts our life as business owners and the way that we enjoy our life here in the Delta. One of the things, unfortunately, that did not come up, and I read the room quite well, is the diversion of the tunnels. But I believe Bill is always on that, and has information on other dates that those will be addressed on a face-to-face with the legislators. So just know that your chambers, the California Delta Chambers, was well represented there, and thank you for being there, Eric, Morris as well. My one last thing, of course, is I grabbed a poster for the Isleton Crawdad Festival. We have our Taste of the Delta Festival coming up much later. It's in August. But as a favor to myself and the chambers, if that's the one thing with all of us being in business, that we share all of our stuff, right? Grab each one of the posters, please, and display them proudly in your places of business, and try to give recognition for both. This one being local, as far as the Crawdad Festival goes, and the boat show down in Redwood City being beneficial to the recreational boating community and trying to build support for that and get the economy going back in the boating world as well. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Good work, Ty. Ty's literally one of the most dedicated individuals I've ever known. He works 7 days a week, just like I do. John Garza is here from Pacific Coast Water Rescue. John, you want to say anything? Sure. John is all over the Delta all the time.
Welcome to Brannon Island State Park. As a retired firefighter, this is one of our top training centers for state fire training for rescue boat operations. But this gentleman here has been a great help. We have helped train 300 firefighters from Napa to Woodbridge, Isleton, Rio. We also help those same agencies get a safe boat and inflatable boats. And our mission is to train the fire service. If you need a boat captain, I've got 6 captains. But anyway, Bill, thank you. And Brannon Island, I want to talk to you because we need to do some state classes because of the impending water that's coming. So thank you.
Thank you very much, John. I've known John for a few years, but let me tell you, they're out there all the time. I've been out in Suisun Bay with them. They're dropping people out of the helicopters and picking them up and throwing them out of boats and going back and trying to find them and dropping dummies out too. Sometimes real people, sometimes dummies. You never know. But anyway, talk a guy that is totally dedicated to water safety in the Delta is John Garza and his team. So I'd like to also introduce from State Parks Ryan Goring and his team. Ryan's the head, maybe make sure I get this right, head ranger for this whole area, right? Including Brannon Island State Park, or SRA, I should say.
Exactly. Thank you, Bill. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, my name is Ryan Goring. I'm the Chief Ranger for the Diablo Range District. So we are kind of a new district with state parks, but we go all the way from Hollister down past San Jose, all the way up to Stone Lakes up in Sacramento County. So we have these new Delta units that came from different older districts. The Capital District, Goldfield District was part of this. They operated this park, so we actually operate it now. We also have Frank's Tract out here, SRA, and then we have Delta Meadows and the Lock Boarding House as well. So those are all units within what we call the Delta kind of sector. But yeah, unfortunately, our previous concessionaire was here for 10 years, and you know that concession period ended, and they decided to not extend their concession. We ended up with lack of budget and lack of staffing. We unfortunately had to close the park, as many of you guys know. We didn't want to do that, but unfortunately that was a decision we had to make. Luckily, we got a lot of pressure from the public, and as some of you know, we ended up opening up on the weekends with some of our staff. We actually brought in rangers and staff from 3 different districts to make that happen. So we were able to get at least some use on the weekends. But we're really happy with Eric and Park Delta Bay coming in and opening the park. I want to introduce David Block. He's our concessionaire specialist from Sacramento.
Yes, thank you everyone for your support. I work in the partnerships division at headquarters, and we're all about partnerships. And so it's great to have all of you out here. And I actually worked with Eric to develop the contract to get this concession going and to get Brannon Island back open. So again, thank you all.
And yeah, again, thank you. Our district superintendent, his name is Clint L. Schultz. He's acting currently. He wished he could be here, but he's on a much needed vacation. We've been dealing with storms. We have currently 4 parks that are closed, so we're trying to get them all opened. And he's with spring break with his kids, but he was hoping he could be here, but he's having fun right now with his kids. But thank you guys for coming, and we're really happy to have you guys out here supporting the park. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you guys very much. I think you're about ready. God, I see some old guy out there that I used to know, Don Natoli. Come on down, man. I'm just retired now. Yeah, come on. We love you. God, I'll tell you, Don Tony's been a Sacramento County supervisor, just retired. I don't mean to give you a hard time, but I'll tell you, we love you and loved you all the time. So anyway, maybe just take a couple. What's retirement like? Just.
Well, retirement, you get to come out to enjoy the parks. So that's one of the things I really want to do is to enjoy our local parks, state and national. But thanks, Bill. And I want to just, again, my successor, Supervisor Hume, I know is taking a great interest in the Delta, and I see a lot of familiar faces. I want to just thank certainly the Delta Chambers, Eric Cheu, State Parks, and all the various partners. This is such an asset, and I know it was a lot of disappointment when it closed. Obviously, it's reopened. You have a glorious day. This is Chamber of Commerce weather. So anyway, congratulations to all of you, and I'm glad to join you this afternoon. So
anyway, good to see you, Don. You look younger than you did. Well, off my shoulders. Thanks, Bill. Yeah. Okay. Listen, we're going to do a ribbon cutting now.
I don't really cut the ribbon. Okay, well, I'll do it.
No, you hold it because I'm going to take pictures. Wait, don't do it yet. Oh, this is wonderful.
1, 2, 3.
Go. Eugene. Tim, our resident pig farmer. Anybody need some bacon? Come on now.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson. I'm the guy with the little grass-eating pigs out on the loop. One thing you might notice when you drive by my farm is the shit does not smell. So that's the magic of a grass-eating pig doing what it wants to do. I'm trying to find the stats. I might actually be the largest producer of pigs in the county. So if anybody knows that, I'm curious, just because I have a lot of sows and I keep them happy and they do what they do. Anyway, if you need a roaster, I got lots of pigs. Yeah, so come play with the pigs. I made an ad once where I said, oh, they're fantastic pets and also they're delicious. I got 0 responses. So you can't be in both businesses, but they really are good pets.
Tim is a good guy. Whatever you want to know about pigs. Listen, I got to tell you this story. I can't mention any names because I'd be killed if I did. But I have a close friend that's putting on an event at a place, and it's owned by a Muslim gentleman, and he didn't know it. And him and his people said, "Okay, yeah, we're going to bring down a pig and roast it there." So my friend's daughter majored in Middle Eastern studies in college, so she freaked out when they hit it. So anyway, they did a quick turnaround. Now they're going to roast a sheep. So anyway, if the person that told me this ever dies, I will feel free to share it with you. But it's somebody well known that you may know.